Okay. That's right, we're playing Odyssey. Oh, look, we're a clown because of that one guy. But let's stop being a clown. Because we already got that one guy. You know? Hmm. Crazy guy. Okay, so that top hat. Or this top hat. Actually, I think I like the wedding top hat more. Yeah. Certified crazy bazy grazy. He's crazy. He's a crazy man. Okay. Let's like check out the city some more. Either way, I need to bump into your best part. Here's a gift. The people you meet, here's a gift. A tourist in the Metro Kingdom. A waterfall. So we're going to Lost, or not Lost. We're going to that one kingdom. You know the one kingdom. The one that's like the kingdom. Yeah. Wait a minute. Ooh. Perfection. Okay, let's see what's up here. Nothing. Cool. You know, it's like my favorite part of the game when there's nothing, dude. It's so cool. Okay. Haven't been down this pipe yet. I guess we're never gonna get to go down that pipe. Gotta go here. Right? Oh my gosh, they are trying to shoot me from way over there. That's crazy. Didn't go fast enough. La la la. Good times, good times, good times, good times, good times, good times. Good times, good times, good times, good times. Oh, I almost... Did somebody say good times? Welcome in, Ozzy. How are you doing? We're gonna do check-in if you would so wish. Ooh, nice. I wish I had more good times. But sometimes I just don't get the times to have good times. And other times, the times, they are a-changing into good times. Oh! How are you doing, Ozzy? Take care of yourself? Sorry, it's just so many coins. I have to get it, dude. The Ooh, baby. Uh-oh. Dang. That is very kind of you to do that, though. Woo, baby. No! Every time. I'm just getting too excited. Gotta get those coins, because it's so many coins, and we're saving up coins. So I just really want to get the coin rings as opposed to just a line of coins. Whoa! Yeah, I hope so. Don't have to go buying a whole new battery. Maybe you can just tear out the floor of the car and she can Flintstones the car from now on. We must. I got it. Full throttle scootin'. I did not. Motor scooter daredevil. What's with all this empty space? What are they doing? What are they doing here? Okay, so that's cool. Bloop. What the? Yep. That's what I figured. Because, dear God, you know, heaven forbid they make a cool, original, atmospheric, first, like, single-player, story-driven game. You seen the trailer for Burn, Evil Dead Burn? That looks fun, but I can't tell if it's following the same story as Rise. Might have to rewatch Rise, though. I mean, it wasn't... I wouldn't consider Rise, like, fantastic, but... Rise is... a fine movie. That's kind of what I've got to say about it. Wait, how would I get a thing here? I mean, they're all gonna have a decent quality to them, at least in my opinion, because Bruce Campbell has still been involved. And he loves the franchise. True. And so I'm always willing to give new entries a chance because I know Bruce Campbell isn't going to let it be like just a train wreck. Okay, so I can do this. Oh, I can do that too. There we go. Yeah, you start growing, buddy. Yeah. So I do remember. I liked the Evil Dead remake. I thought that was a pretty good movie. But Evil Dead Rise doesn't follow story-wise. So the best I can hope for is that Burn follows the story of Rise. Oh, so that planter box is part of it. Yeah, that was a good movie. It was a good movie. The only complaint I tend to ever really have with Evil Dead movies is that it's unrealistic for me, at least, because as Catholic, if I saw something that looked that blatantly evil and demonic, I wouldn't even go near the Necronomicon. Which, I mean, is the simplest way to survive the movie. And the scenario is to just look at something, see that is clearly, obviously filled with evil, and then just not touch it. Right. I mean, the blood rain was cool, but, you know. What am I doing? I need to go find the last. Let's see if we can get this seed to the final section. I think it's back here somewhere. So, you know, it's really confusing if you remember moving from Evil Dead 2 to Evil Dead 3. I mean, they completely changed it. I forget the reason for that. They have some reason, but I just don't recall. Was it up here? Oh wait, I think it was over here. I think the pot is over here somewhere. Is there a taxi that comes this way? Right. Wait, can I get up there from over here? Wait, idea. Mario, you're really screwing me over right now. Please tell me you're raising an elevation at least. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh wait, I just had an idea. I can just throw the seed up there. Yeah. There we go. Yes! Is this what I was supposed to do? Is it even over here? Have I been going crazy this whole time? Oh my gosh, it's right there! Well, I got it up there. Oh, yeah. Oh, I am angry. It disappeared. It disappeared. But now we know what we have to do. Yeah, I need to rewatch those movies, and I need to watch them in order. In succession. Like, all at the same time. So I don't forget parts of the story. But I would say I think it's fair to give Evil Dead Rise, give it a chance. It's a decent movie. It's got a different feel, but that is very clearly what they were going for. I mean, if you want an amazing horror comedy, I would say my favorite. Well, my favorite that is more comedy than horror would be Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I got it! It's so good. One of my favorite bits is when they're discussing calling the cops, and Tucker's like, "Yeah, Dale, what are we gonna tell him?" "Well, officer, I've had a doozy of a day. There I was, minding my own business, and all of a sudden, these college kids start coming around and kill themselves all over my property." Oh, the beehive. That was a great one. That is an amazing movie that I feel like qualifies as a hidden gem. Because a lot of the time when I bring it up, even to like horror enthusiasts, I'll get like, "No, I've never heard of that movie." And I'm just like, well, boy howdy, have you got a treat in store for you. It's so good. It's so good. And I don't know. It's one of the few movies that I can watch multiple times in a row in a short period of time and enjoy every time I watch it. It's definitely one of my favorite comedy movies of all time, and definitely one of my favorite horror comedies. I've seen Cabin in the Woods. I like Cabin in the Woods. I don't think it's anywhere near the level of Tucker and Dale. And I think it's very well made. Yes, I would love more lore for the Cabin in the Woods. I like the section where they're going down and it just like you can pause it when they're in the elevator and it's moving and it's going downwards and they're like in one of the rooms and you can like stop and see all the different monsters that are there. I can't talk about, yeah, it's so great. And I can't talk about horror comedy without the classic Shaun of the Dead, which I think will forever be difficult to overcome. I mean, Zombieland tried, but I don't know. My personal opinion, I don't think Zombieland came close to touching Shaun of the Dead's brilliance. And I mean, I think the whole Cornetto trilogy is amazing. The World's End, I think, is the worst of the three. But I mean, worst doesn't mean it's bad. It just means if you're gonna rank 3 good movies, one of them has to be the least good. Hot Fuzz is absolutely one of my favorite I mean, I would put the entire trilogy, at least Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, in like my top 20 comedy movies of all time. Okay, that person wanted to go to Cascade. I know, it's great. It's great. I need to watch it again. It's been a while, but I used to like quote the ending of the plan, and then we'll write it out in the Winchester. Or now go to the Winchester until this whole thing blows over. I would like say that at the end of people, like when people are trying to like make plans or something. Ooh. Okay, he wants to go to luncheon. So let's go to luncheon. Ooh. God. They're so good. They're so good. Horror comedy is such a great genre. But it's I feel like it's difficult to pull off. Is that who's doing Hagrid? I really haven't been paying attention to it. Okay, this guy's probably over here at the plaza. Yeah, it's really difficult. And it always feels like you have to, the director and the writers, they have to choose which side they want to lean into more. Because it's so difficult to have a horror comedy that can have, like, genuine bits of horror, but then, like, genuine funny moments. So, like, Tucker and Dale went more comedy, whereas Shaun of the Dead also, I would say, went more comedy, but then you get something like Evil Dead 2, which feels like it went more horror with some comedy sprinkled in. Oh gosh, are they really gonna go to Cloud Kingdom? That's cringe. Right. I think that some good horror comedies come from satirizing certain things. So I think the Scream movies I think if you consider it the proper thing, dude, Rings of Power. Rings of Power is just the problem with a studio that is only there to make money. They don't really care about the source material. And so they're just going to do whatever they think is the most culturally relevant thing and shove it in there, whether it belongs there or not. Which is what I'm afraid is going to happen with the Harry Potter miniseries. Especially after seeing Snape. Wait, are they not here? Is Mr. Tourist Man not here? Uh-oh, I think I overestimated my intelligence. I don't think the tourist is here. But he said he wanted to go somewhere really high up. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I think Harry Potter got some of the best media adaptation of any big book series. Oh, did he mean Moon Kingdom? Especially with the last one. Yeah. Oh, I haven't come to Moon Kingdom here yet. And there's a cap shop up here now, too. Okay. Where is it? Hi, Captain Toad. And now they have the audiobook. I think they did they do the entire thing? The entire series? I haven't actually checked it out yet. But they did that audiobook. Okay, so it's under whoever's blue. The full cast audiobook. Which is kind of a lie because they obviously aren't able to get not able to get certain cast members. Now and think about it, I really hope they didn't use AI to fill those roles. I hope they found voice sound-alikes. Well, yeah, but I think... So here's the thing. The sorting hat does it. And so... when you look at the descriptions for the houses, Slytherin is really the only one that could have villains coming from it. And if you think about it realistically, that is unfortunately kind of how it works in the real world too. Bad people tend to group up together even when given a choice to not do that. If you look at how college fraternities work in, like, when it comes to big college stuff, like, big corporate, like, business colleges. Yeah, but they'd also be smart enough to know that it's not going to end well for them. Dog, where am I supposed to take you that you're going to find me a moon? And do I have to keep stopping, or are you going to bark to let me know there's something in the area? I don't have to keep stopping. I never read the books, but I did see the movie. I thought it was a decent movie. Personally. But I have been told I have absolute trash taste when it comes to some things. Now, you know what movie I'm really glad they apparently messed up and didn't continue? Is the Golden Compass series. Never read them, but I know exactly the route it goes. And I don't support that route. And I don't think they would have been able to pull it off in movies in a way that society as a whole would really accept it. Yes, it was a trilogy of books called the Dark Trilogy. And I could tell you the ending, but that depends on if you ever think you're gonna want to read those books or not. Or at least the ending according to people I've talked to about it. Apparently. Okay, so I will say apparently, since I haven't actually read it myself. This is just based on people who've talked about it that have read it. The final book ends with them being successful. Obviously. And they kill God. Bound with Moon Kingdom art. Oh, well, then I just need to find that. The tip of a white spire. Oh, right, I haven't even unlocked the actual stuff yet. Silly me. Now see, the annoying part, the thing that got really scandalous about that trilogy was, there was no definitive knowledge of knowing that's where it was gonna go when the first book came out. So a lot of like Christian schools and stuff put it in their library. So by the time the second and third came out, it caught a lot of people super off guard. When you need to avoid the void. I have not. I have not seen or heard of that. Wait a minute, are you a trace-walking Koopa, or are you the racing Koopa? I think you're a trace-walk Koopa. Yep, there it is. Oh, joy, this is a gigantic circle. Ooh. Oh, I love the thing. Now, when you say trilogy, does that mean it follows the same storyline? Or are they just 3 apocalypse movies? Oh wait, I want to get this because stupid. Oh, ugh, I hate those things. There we go. Let's finally stop dilly-dallying around. Not dialogue. Hitting me with exposition. There are a lot of people who think, as a Catholic, I shouldn't love horror movies as much as I do. But you know what I say to that? I say, phooey. That's a load of phooey. Like, that makes 0 sense. A lot of horror movies end up with the evil being defeated. And even when they don't, they are fictional movies. And I'm old enough to be able to tell the difference between reality and fantasy. And the movies that deal in real evils, like stuff like The Exorcist and stuff. I mean, I am knowledgeable enough to know when they've done a good job with it. I don't know. I think it's silly. Writer who writes books that drive people mad. He disappeared. They hired detective. He ends up inside the books. Wow. Sounds like a Twilight Zone episode. Hmm. Whoa, there's a moon just like super high in the sky over there, dude. Oh, I think a frog appears over there. Okay. Ground is super shaky right here. Oh, because the dog already found the stuff. Now those spots are just permanently there. Lovecraftian horror is really hit or miss for me. Because I don't really find cosmic horror type things extremely scary unless they're done like perfectly right. Because a lot of times, in my experience, when a movie tries to do cosmic horror, they end up just doing an alien movie. And there's like a difference between those things. And I am really not afraid of most like alien invasion type movies. And also, I tend to like when there's actually a chance of survival in a horror movie. So, if a movie ends, and I feel like the characters had zero chance at all, it kind of disappoints me. And a lot of Lovecraftian stuff really feels like that, in my opinion. Right. And it's that telling that can really, like, because that's the thing. If someone... When you pitch something like that to a studio, their mind is immediately going to go to wanting to create spectacle. But Lovecraft stuff doesn't really work on the idea of spectacle. Even though it sounds like it does. So it's kind of like the horror is a mysterious horror. Kind of like the backrooms. The original backroom idea of the backrooms is this mysterious thing. It's the horror of paranoia, in my opinion. Like, you can never tell. Like, you start losing the ability to tell what's real and what's fake. And that's really the scariest thing of all. Which is why Evil Dead can be so scary, is because the Deadites can, like, mimic stuff. And so, like, as the audience, you become just as unsure as the main character. Even though a lot of movies like to tell the audience stuff that the characters don't know. Sometimes you should make the audience as ignorant as the characters are. I don't know. I didn't go to film school, but I feel like there's just stuff you can tell about movies and story writing, even if you didn't go to film school. Yeah? Now, where could the other thing be here? Wait a minute. Wait, is that it? I think that's it. Oh, so close. Existential dread is another thing movies seem to... A lot of mainstream horror movies seem to be afraid to try and capture. Now there was this, and I can't remember what it was called, but there's the short horror film I watched on YouTube a while back. Ooh. And it does a really good job because you don't actually get to see what's going on. And it's, so there are these two sisters, and they're sitting in like lawn chairs or something on the top of a hill. Just like overlooking the countryside. So you might think, oh, they're just like kind of enjoying the afternoon or something. But they like get into this argument about like something with like family and stuff. And then, I don't know, I forget exactly what happens, but basically, they're getting in this fight, and slowly the sky is like getting darker and darker and darker. And it's like right at the end, right before the screen goes black at the end, you see some shapes in the clouds, and then it's like, it's done. So it's like, you realize like they're arguing about these little, like, tiny things that don't really matter. Even though they... like, everything is about to end. It's pretty crazy. Finally! Oh, where is it? There it is. This is the Mario amiibo. from the 30th anniversary of Mario? Or was it the 25th? Yeah, this is just literally the amiibo. It's pretty funny. Look at this. I have not. You know, that reminds me of the Stephen King mini-series, the Storm of the Century. And if you can find that somewhere, if you haven't seen it. Yeah. You should definitely watch it. I know it was on Hulu a while ago. It's really good. It was a TV mini-series. Like 4 or 5 episodes. I don't remember how many. It's really good. Storm of the Century. A bunch of people get trapped on this island because of a storm. And it's like a small town. But there's one person on the island who's from out of town. And gets trapped and is trapped on the island with them. And he is not a great guy. Let's see, are we gonna see anyone out here? Flying through space? Ooh. That he does. So he has 2... Do you know Stephen King has 2 houses where he spends most of his time? I mean, obviously, there's the main house. But he also has a home in Florida. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know if he's ever written a Florida-based book. So weird to be back at basically 0 coins after collecting for so long. Yeah, okay, Froggy. Let's move it. Ooh. Cool. Now there was a TV mini-series of Kings that I've wanted to check out. Under the Dome. And I'm not sure when that came out, but I know I only learned about it after watching the Simpsons movie. And so now I'm afraid all I'll ever think about while watching that miniseries is, the Simpsons movie. Because the premise from what I understand, the basic premise is an entire town gets trapped under a giant glass dome. This movie is so good. And I think a lot of people missed why it was so good. Oh, dude, Hellraiser. Aw, look, they were both up here. That's cute. That's cute. Yes, I like Hellraiser. I have not been able to force myself to slog through the entire franchise. I've seen like four of them and the remake, which I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed the Hulu Hellraiser remake. Oh my gosh. I think it was at 4 or 5 in the franchise where I turned it on and I watched a bit of it and I legitimately stopped watching, went to Google, looked up all the movies to see if it was actually an official Hellraiser movie or if someone had made their own like fan movie, because it looked so inexcusable for like a studio made movie. But if it was a fan movie, then it would be fine. But no, it was an official entry. They look so bad. They look so bad, and there are like 12 movies. Uh-oh. I don't want to do that. No, let me out. It's an interesting one. I've always wanted... See, my only reason for wanting to watch the... So, when I watch a movie... and I know it's part of like a franchise, I tend to go in wanting to watch the entire franchise. Oh yeah. And sometimes, they're off the top of my head, there are only 2 times in my life that I have watched a movie had every intention of watching the entire franchise, but it gets so unbelievably bad that I cannot bring myself to actually sit through it. And that would be Hellraiser. That would be Hellraiser and oh, what's that one franchise that's the haunted house? in New York State. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the first movie is like super iconic. Now I can't remember the name of it. Dang. Yes, I love Hellraiser 2. It's so good. Whoops, fell off the moon. Gosh, why can I not think? Why can I not remember the name of that? Ugh. Dang it. I've heard of Nightbreed. Never seen it. Gosh dang it. I am gonna have to look it up. It's bugging me too much. Amityville. So the two franchises, I've never been able to bring myself to actually watch all of them, and I do still want to do that. But I will need to do it with someone else. I cannot survive the horribleness of those films alone. You've never watched the Amityville Horror? Okay, the first one, iconic. Great movie. I love it. Second one, basically, they're all... So the first one is amazing. And then they kind of decrease in quality as they continue on, but are still fairly watchable. I think Amityville Dollhouse is even a fairly decent movie. They go in some really strange directions with it. But once you get to like the fifth or the sixth movie, the quality of the movie goes down so drastically that you'll be wondering if you're even watching the same thing. The same stuff. In fact, once you get to a certain point in the franchise, it feels like it feels like it's not actually even the same thing anymore. It feels like someone just bought the license to use the name at some point, and then it's just gotten passed around. Like, that's how bad it is. But they did do a remake that I thought was a decent remake. They did a remake in 2005, starring Ryan Reynolds. But they changed the ending from the original. Or maybe they didn't change the ending. I don't know. The House of Amityville Horror is super iconic. It's so iconic that they basically the house is basically a character. Oh, I love the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The first Nightmare on Elm Street movie is my favorite horror movie. But I love them all. Now you're playing with power. Yeah, Wes Craven was one of absolutely one of my favorite horror directors of all time. Yeah, the original Amityville Horror came out in 1979. Apparently, it's free to watch on YouTube right now. I would highly recommend it. It's pretty good. Well, it's very good. The Ryan Reynolds remake in 2005 is decent. Ryan Reynolds does a really good job for someone that I've only seen in, like, action movies or comedy movies. Seeing him in a horror movie as, like, the main character who is, like, going mad throughout the film, I think he did a really good job. But, you know, it being a remake, I've seen Hills Have Eyes. I think I like it. I've not seen People Under the Stairs. And obviously, I've seen Scream. It's one of my favorite film franchises ever. Hey, if you want something really weird, but good, and is kind of body horror, Society is really good. I like it a lot. James from Dead Meat. It's one of his favorites. And if you don't know what Dead Meat is, it's a YouTube channel. They do the popular series called The Kill Count, where they explore and count the kills in horror movies, but also the videos are like about exploring the making of the background, like the background making of the movies and all that stuff. And it's a really good YouTube series if you're a film aficionado like I am. So we're gonna end stream here. Thank you for coming. Stream went a bit longer than I'd planned, and we did a bit more. I did a bit more than I had originally planned, but hey, I got into some good discussion, so. We're going to raid great friend of the channel, Chombles, who is celebrating his affiliate anniversary. So as always, there's the standard raid message. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm thinking might be playing some Mario Maker. Yeah, absolutely check out Amityville. And give it, if you like the first one, I would say continue going. At least until... Oh, there's one that's like, has a time thing to it. You know, like a like a traveling through time concept. I think that's probably the last decent one. But yeah. Thank you everyone for coming. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.